Welcome back to my channel. Um, Today I wanted to work on a small change, and it's to show the chat log back in co-op mode. So this is a feature I was working on, I don't know, a week or two ago, where I added a better chat log system. Um, but I noticed that I introduced a bug. You wouldn't see the chat messages anymore. However, if you're in a game, so I already started the dedicated server in co-op mode. Let's connect. And it's the chat. There are no chat messages anymore, as you can see. It's still on the server side and it's working. But I did a little change. I can show you what I mean exactly. Let's go back to co-op mode. Need to restart the server. So this is the deathmatch mode. The deathmatch mode, it's a little bit different. The menu is, the status bar is on the left-hand side. We have the rankings. If we press tab, and we have a chat. And the chat is also showing here. This is what I introduced. Unfortunately, I introduced this change of code in the routines, which would draw the status bar down here. So yeah, let's go back to co-op mode. You can see now the status bar is in the center of the screen again. Let's say something again. It's not written. So yeah, let's look into this. However, I already noticed the bug when I was playing around earlier. Let's connect the second time. The game froze. The same here. So what is happening? Usually when things start freezing up, we need to take a look in the developer tools, and yeah, we can already see there is an uncaught exception. Let's move this over here. So we have to make sure that we have pause on uncaught exceptions. Join again. We already can see what is happening over here. It is obviously inside the rendering code for the models we touched earlier when I introduced the interpolation of frames. So yeah, let's see. It's complaining about cannot read properties of undefined reading location. It's pointing here. So yeah, it turns out that program.A position A is undefined. It's a bit strange. So for this, we need to look into the rendering code. And I already looked at it, and it wasn't quite obvious what was happening because the program for alias, it is defining a position A and position B, but here it's not defined. Then I figured out it's loading a different program. It's loading the program for player. And scrolling up in this code, we also see a few things. It is checking for a color. It is checking if the current model is the player model. And then it's using a different program. So I did the change only on alias, not on player. Let's go and fix it. I hope it will be a quick fix. So let's change the name over here. Let's go into this mess where the fragment and vertex programs are defined. And here we have the player. Let's do something like this. We still haven't installed GLSL lint. Anyway, let's do it manually real quick. Uniforms, attributes, pairing. This is the code. Neatly formatted now. Okay, position. Let's see if it worked. Oh, of course, it's complaining about position B. We are not using it. Maybe we can just define it for a time being. Otherwise, we need to change a little bit the rendering code. Actually, thinking about it, let's only bind if it's really available in that program. Yeah, let's see. Nice. Let's refresh this. Amazing. Good, good, good. This is fixed. Alrighty. Let's jump back to what I actually wanted to fix. It's chat. Chat is not working. We need to fix this in the rendering code. Let's close all of this. No, we don't need this. The status bar is over here. The small thing I changed was part of the dev match overlay. I think. Oh, the mini dev match overlay, yeah. Jitter draw. Let's check. See error state game type. This is handling this code. Game type 0. Honestly, I have no clue what this means. I think 0 was co-op, 1 was deathmatch maybe. See error state. Oh, neat. It's an integer for sure, a byte. We need to look into package server sending server info. So here. Okay, I guess host cop equals 0, deathmatch not 0, then 1. We have print, server info. This is always a server command, which the client code is reading. So this is just print out the next string. Server info is a little bit more convoluted. Has more information like the version, the max clients, like how many players can be on a server. The third value probably is what we are looking for, the game type. Let's quickly try to find out. So this is the version. It's naming, by the way. This is also fun code to look at. Yeah, let's fix it real quick. First, let's always declare I info, because this is also coming over from the C word, where you have to define like all variables you're using in a function in the beginning of a function. This port is sticking to this convention, even though it's not necessary to do so. And since this is, well, I added it, so I should have called it in the first place, but this is also better practice to define all variables which are part of an anonymous function inside of them. Otherwise, they're always gonna access variables from their parent scope, which is also not that nice. Might lead in different scenarios to memory leaks. Anyway, give it a proper name. We can make it const because it's not gonna change. Perfect. We cleaned this up. Pretty good. Yeah. That was the first read long. Second read is read byte. Yeah, here max clients, right? And yeah, the third value is the game type. And then there's a string with a level. Oh, interesting. Level name. This is also quite interesting. So let's put them side by side. We are looking at the server info. We are writing the game type. Put it in here. Game type. This is level name, because the client is expecting this to be a level name. Game type. What it does actually is edict 0 is always word spawn, and word spawn is having a variable or a field in Quake language, a field called message. A message is the name of the map. It's a bit weird. We should change it at some point, that we are passing over from the proper variable to make it clean and avoid any confusion. Anyway, so this is the game type. So let's zoom out a bit again. We remember game type 1. Match 0 co-op or single player. So, which we should keep in mind actually, because now we are gonna change the code how to draw things. We have game type over here. It's been used a few times. I'm just right now thinking, if you press tab, remember in deathmatch mode we would have the rankings over here, but now we only see monsters, secrets, and the name of the map and the time that has passed. We do not really see how many players we have. This is Yeah, not ideal, I guess. Let's look at show scores. We could actually put this back in deathmatch overlay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it brings back the rankings. Yeah, let's have it this way because actually it's quite nice. You can still kill your teammates, I think. Yeah, and you still get one frag. Okay, I mean, it doesn't make much sense for co-op, more for deathmatch, but... Oh, this is another interesting bug. Let's put it on a list. Might have been me who introduced that bug, but I'm not sure how vanilla Quake is doing this. When one player dies in co-op mode, all clients will reconnect and telefrag each other upon spawn. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, we want to be back in the game and we want to be able to chat. So back to draw. Draw is the main function. Oh, perfect. We also have this information, I suppose. Max clients 8. It's actually good to know. This is what we need actually. Was it this function? Intermission. Drawfrags gets called here. Not gonna lie, this code, it is hard to read. It's hard to parse mentally. We have so many different things happening in this code. This solo scoreboard, this must be, yeah, this small one over here. Oh, wow. Look at this code. This is... how should we go about this? Maybe we should change this one to the max client stuff. To make sure that we are also aligning everything on the left hand side. And then we can still adjust a little bit for what we actually need if we need the deathmatch information or if we need actually the co-op single player information. Yeah, this is better. This looks more like in deathmatch. So this is also definitely needed here. Could make this also available again, the mini dev match overlay, which is showing the ranking on the bottom. So we got the chatter back. This is great. Great. It would be nice if you could see, instead of having the frags reported in a co-op game, to actually have the kills reported, how many enemies we are actually attacking. Like this information we should also supposed to have somewhere. Might not be here now because this needs to be transmitted. Do we have scores? Let's pause real quick. Dedicated server. What was it again? SV is holding everything related to server. Should also hold all the information we have on our clients somewhere. I think it was an SVS. Clients. Edict. Let's see. We have frags. This structure, by the way, I'm showing here. Clients Edict API. This is what I introduced a few weeks ago, which is mapping all variables and field definitions for an entity to like a JavaScript-like structure, because the code, the original Quake code, would simply access the memory belonging to the Quake C virtual machine. So we are looking for kill score. Do we have that? It doesn't look like, so which kind of makes sense because it's not really used. Also in the original game, you only have like a kill count on the enemies. Yeah, we can introduce actually that feature at some point when we have the JavaScript game code ready. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. Still working. Okay, cool. We I would say we fixed that bug. Let's see if it's still working here. Great. Let's start the single player game. Okay, let's change this one for single player campaigns. That doesn't make any sense having rankings if you don't have anyone else in your server. Ranking, that was deathmatch. Oops, wrong file, sorry. Deathmatch overlay. This one gets called here and here. Clients greater than 1. Oh no. Why is it still showing? Let's fix this real quick. Show scores. Ah yeah, quick explanation what's happening here. The tab key is bind to plus show scores. And there's some Quake engine magic, which translates key down automatically to show scores and key up to minus. So that's why we can set here like show scores true, false, and then if you keep the tab key push down, it will keep it true, and then if you release it, it's false again, telling the renderer to skip this. Show scores. Yeah, of course. My change I introduced earlier. Alrighty. This is single player. We have the original behavior back. Let's connect to the co-op. Works. All right. I think this one is fixed. And this one we gonna investigate on a different day, another day. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I hope this was somewhat interesting. Catch you in the next one.